Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma, aka Fleurs, and today I'm going to be building a greenhouse on my garden city of Azalea. So if you want to see how it turned out, stay tuned. I should also say that this build was strongly inspired by Isla Rosa. You can find her on Instagram and Twitter. I'll put her details in the description, but it's an amazing build and I can't wait to show you how to do it. So first things first, we need to get our hard hat on. There is a little bit of terraforming in it, but if you want to replicate this build, it's super easy to do. So here we go. Here is our, ta-da, our hard hat. First things first, I'm going to put down some frozen arches. You are going to need a lot of frozen arches and simple panels. So I'm going to pop my simple panels in behind. You can kind of see where I've laid out the grid, and that's just to help me. So next thing to do is put some cliffs behind. They're going to be 3 wide. Now in the final build they won't be 3 wide, they'll only be 2, but I'm just putting these down just so that I can place some items and we can get rid of those later. So there is the cliffs done. And then what I'm going to do next is put down some custom designs just so that we don't see the grass below. And then I'm essentially going to replicate what I did on the lower level, the frozen arches and then the simple panels. You may notice that the simple panels are closer, and that's for perspective purposes. And then I'm going to hop down and get rid of the cliffs. There you go. And I'm going to put my custom designs down now just so you can see how it will be. And the little entranceway needs a little bit of work as well. Okay, so that's how it looks, and I'm going to put a frozen arch in the entranceway and also some simple panels just to neaten it up a bit and expand it out a bit. And then it's as simple as replicating what we did on the left hand side on the right hand side. So again, with the frozen arches, the simple panels, and then building up that cliff. It's really simple to do, but I think it's a really effective build. And I went to Kew Gardens recently in the summer, and that's kind of what it reminds me of. They have some beautiful glass conservatories there, which are absolutely stunning, and which is why I thought it would be a great idea to do this build on Azalea. I really like it. So again, just repeating it in with the custom designs, frozen arches, push that one forward, and some simple panels. Here we go. Right, time to hop back down, get rid of that cliff, and pop down the custom designs. You probably won't see these, but just for the sake of neatening things up, I just like to do it. I've added some frozen pillars and another archway just by the entrance, just for tidying things up, adding a bit of detail. And then in behind here you're actually going to be able to walk around, and I'm going to put some decoration down. So I'm going to fill this area with the cobblestone, the same that I've used for the entranceway. It's a really pretty design. I did switch it out for a minute, but I've decided I wanted it back for this area. It's just really beautiful, so it definitely complements, it works well. It's the same designer as the one that made the paving stone, so that's really nice. As always, all the details are in the description for you. And then it's time to work on the outer edges. Again, this is just going to be frozen arches and some frozen pillars on the corner, so you are going to need a lot of them. I will add some simple panels down behind the frozen arches, but I need to clear out my inventory so I can pick up some more. So there will just be a bit of jiggery pokery when it's time to add them in. Okay, so that's how it's looking. I think we're looking pretty good. Just gonna add these in at the main entranceway. I just want it to be a bit fancy, add some colour as well, because it's quite heavily blue and white at the moment. So it's time to add in those simple panels that I was talking about. You could mix up the type of simple panels that you go for. There is some really nice greeny ones with the greenery in the background, which would be super cute. I decided to stick with one type, and that's just for saving my custom design slots. I'm getting a bit full, so I just thought if I stick with one, then I can kind of save that slot for another design. It's a common problem, we all experience it, but it's just being about being smart and savvy with our custom design slots. So here we go, all those simple panels in. I'm just going to pop those archways back. I did think about doing the archways all across, but then I decided I'm going to put something there. It makes something of a centerpiece, and I thought it would look cute. I also have some really nice water designs that I wanted to incorporate on the inside. Again, this was something that Isla Rose did, so I'm trying to experiment here as to how I can do it. I thought that I could do it along kind of the back corners here, but because they're kind of 3 wide, it's not wholly symmetrical, so it doesn't look quite right. So I do try it, and then it dawns on me, oh no, it's not right. So I check it out, see if there's a way possible that I can amend it. It's not going to work, so I decide to add it on the ends, which I think still works beautifully. So I'm just making that edge, going to put a paving slab in just to section it off. And then these are the beautiful blueprints, blue waterways, and I'm going to incorporate them on the exterior of the greenhouse as well, which you will see in a minute. And it kind of acts as a really nice border, and the koi design is just beautiful. I absolutely love it. Definitely going to have to come up with another build idea to incorporate these beautiful designs, making the most of them on this island. Okay, so that's kind of the main exterior done. Time to start decorating on the inside. So I'm going to use these flower stands. I really love this item of furniture, but it is quite big, so it's hard to incorporate in most of my builds, as things are generally quite close together, and I like it that way. But this one, it fits perfectly. For this kind of gap that I've made with the frozen arches, I wanted to include like a tool shelf area. So I've gone in with the iron shelf in white, adding down this wooden stool and just putting a watering can there. I thought that would be cute. And this stool was a bit of a kind of experiment, and I actually really like it. So I only brought one stool with me, so I will go and grab another one just so I can make sure that the area is nice and symmetrical, which is quite a heavy feature in this elegant kind of build. But I'm enjoying it. It took a while to get used to it, as building naturally was kind of my thing, which meant very unsymmetrical. As a centerpiece for the greenhouse, I'm going to add in a statue. So I'm just putting some paving slabs down, and that gorgeous green design is really, really nice. It looks great when all together, but it's also nice as just a little one spot kind of thing. Just trying to add as much greenery in as possible. I've used the fan palms here to kind of section off the entrance way, and some more flower stands just rotated backwards just so you can get a hint of green. And here is the other stool. Again, repeating what I did on the left hand side, and an iron bench as well. Just because you might want to have a nice sit down in the greenhouse. Might be quite warm, but you never know. And then just a flimsy shovel for kind of detail purposes. So that's the inside complete. Time to work on the outside. Here I am. I'm just kind of laying out the edges of where I want that waterway to go. Like I said, inside, I'm going to be using it as an edging tool, something a bit different. And I think it's quite a nice kind of garden feel, something that you might experience at kind of an elegant garden area. So I thought it would be a nice addition. Just trying to make sure that I get the right paving slabs in. It's quite complicated. It's not complicated, but just making sure it looks right is a little bit complicated, especially when you're trying to put things down. But you do get used to it if you're thinking about using these designs. And then for the waterway, I'm just intermittently going in with the different designs. I've chosen this one, the reeds one, the stone one, and the koi one. They're all done by the same creator, and it just looks really nice. Adds a little bit of detail, some difference. The whole pond design is absolutely beautiful. So if you're after a pond, I would definitely recommend this one, but I've just kind of picked out the designs that fit my needs. And also, it would be very tempting to save them all. But again, saving those design slots and just picking the ones that I need is really important. And I thought it'd be a nice addition just to add some wildlife to the pond areas. So I've added in some butterfly models and the dragonfly. And then it's time to work on the flooring out the front here. As you can see, I did kind of section off the area to begin with, and then I'm just going to fill it in. We've got some steps, and I also want something to go in the center here. So I'm thinking about using this nuptial bell. I just laid it down just to see how it would look, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to go ahead and section off the area again with some more paving slabs just to create sort of a garden in the middle here. Ta-da! And then I'm going to go in with that green pattern again that I used on the inside, just so it's cohesive. And then here is a nuptial bell, and I'm going to pop some stuff on the corners and on the edges just to add some more items in. And I've run out of floating biome planters. Oh dear. You live and you learn. But I've not used these bunny day topiaries either yet, but I thought that they would be nice. I know they're very Easter, but they're a nice topiary, so I thought that they would be cute to include here. And they kind of help frame the entrance as well. And here is the boring part of me just adding more custom designs to the outside. Lots of flooring. I still haven't decided which is the quickest way to do it, whether to select it through your custom design tool or whether to do it this way. But I like to change them up. I guess it's a little bit boring sometimes, but doing it either way, depends on how I feel. Okay, so just thinking what I've got here, add a flower bouquet to the nuptial bell just because you can. I could have put a butterfly there, but I haven't used any of the flower bouquets, so I thought that they would be a nice addition. And then I just need to grab a few more items, some hedges, just to frame the exterior, just to add a bit of greenery. There's not much green here, so I really wanted to use them. My hedge usage on this island has been ridiculous. There's been so much hedges. So much hedges? That's terrible English. So many hedges placed. But I'm really enjoying them. And they kind of look nice with the paving slabs underneath. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll change it up with something else. Could have probably used the wedding fence. That might have looked nice as well. So in with some garden lanterns just to frame the area, adding some benches. I'm going to add some more Turkey Day stands as well. And there's some bouquets. I think putting them on the nuptial bell reminded me that they actually exist. So what a good way to use them. Okay, so that's kind of the whole area framed, and I think it's kind of done for now. I might add some different things down near the bottom. I think the entrance, I'm pretty happy with that. Maybe it's just a bit bare down the bottom. I think that's another thing I need to get used to as well, is just knowing that sometimes things can be bare. You don't have to have things on every single square, which I struggle with. But I need to learn that lesson. Yeah, so here is the inside. Pretty happy with this. There's lots of greenery, some flowers, and it just looks really kind of regal and elegant, which is definitely the look that I'm going for. So success with that. And yeah, the outside, it all feels very serene, very relaxing. I wish I could have been able to put stuff in the frozen arches. That would have really made this build, I think. Maybe adding some greenery or some flowers there, even some hedge fences would have looked nice. But hey, we live and we learn. So let me know what you think about this build in the description. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you want a greenhouse on your island? Would you build something like this maybe? I know it's gonna take a lot of materials and a lot of simple panels, but I think it's worth it and I've really enjoyed doing it. So yeah, let me know what you think. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you're not already, and check out Isla Rosa for lots more Animal Crossing content. So yeah, thank you again for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.